Right, hello everybody, welcome to Trafford Golf Centre. I'm Matt Fryer and today I'm here to help you improve your putting. Right guys, so before we get into the video, don't forget to follow me on all my social media links. You'll see those down below for more tips to help your game. And also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos that could help improve your golf. So today's video we're talking about putting and how you can start to hold some more putts. And when I ask the question to a lot of my lessons, how's your putting? Answer is generally, yeah, good. Yeah, hold more putts. And then when you delve a little bit deeper, well, how many are you having around? Well, actually, now you mention it, it's probably close to 40. Now, if we were to just knock 5 shots off that straight away, that could be the difference of you playing from a double-digit handicap to a single-figure handicap. It could be the difference from you shooting just in the 90s to getting into the 80s or breaking the 80s or whatever it may be. And it's something that if we can do and not overly technical, we can really improve our scores. So I'm going to give you one drill that I like to try and get my students to do, just to start to hole a few more of the sort of what I call make or break putts, or the ones that keep the round going. And if we can adopt this drill and see that we're doing a lot more of this, it's going to help us hole those putts. So when I see a lot of people from sort of this 10-foot range and in, number one, there's that aspect that we should be holding these. I've got to make that, it's only 10 foot, I could kick it in from here. So that pressure always starts to mount on us. So having that in our head already is going to start to put a little bit too much of a pressure on the stroke, and we're not letting it flow. And we start to see that show up when we get that put in between that 10 foot to 10 foot and in range. We see that in our mates where it's, oh God, I hope he's not watching. I hope I don't miss it. And it's, oh no, look at that, I missed it. And you expected it and then you've missed it, and you lead yourself in a world of bother. You get down on it. Well, I knew I was going to miss that. I knew I wasn't going to hole it. And the big thing for me there is that the stroke isn't flowing. We get caught up so much in what we're trying to do with the perception of it should be holed, that we forget to let the putter actually flow. So this drill here is going to help you change that. So what I want you to do, simple alignment cane. Now, if you haven't watched my videos on the setup and the grip, go back and watch those, and sort of taking the understanding that we've all got pretty sound basics here. What I want us to do is just now pop this under my armpits here. So I'll just get it close to them. It's sort of halfway down my forearms, and what I can see now is that my arms are hanging. I'm just holding it in. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn onto this face on camera here now as well. What I'd like to see a little bit more, instead of thinking about, oh, I've got to hold it, I've got to hold it, I want to see now that once I've got this alignment cane in, all I'm thinking about is starting to work it up and down, up and down. Nice simple stroke. Don't read too much into it. I want to let it just rock back, rock up and down, up and down. And once I'm doing that, I've got a very stable putter face. I'm not turning it too much. I'm not moving it all over and getting jerky. I can just start to see that it's up, down, and starting to flow the way I'd like. So once I take my setup, I've got my good alignment and my good grip, I just start to think now about rocking this cane up and down, and here nice and smooth. It did actually just miss to the left, that one. There's probably a bit of right to left on there that I've not read, but I actually hit it on my intended target line. It felt like a good stroke. It didn't feel all over the place. It didn't feel that I was getting off direction with the club's movement. I just need to aim a tiny bit more to the right on this one and feel this sort of rocking motion. Now that I've got my setup again in a good spot, I've aimed slightly right, up and down, and I didn't hit it. So once I've popped that under, I'm going to have some practice swings, and like I say, it's just this up and down rocking motion. And as you can see there, the putter just tracks back and forth, and it's always pretty much looking square to my arc with the face. There's not a lot of crazy movement. And once I've got comfortable with just those movements of this up and down, and it might be you focus on the right side or the left side of the cane, you choose whichever feels the most comfortable to you, and you've had a few where it's just up and down, the putter's going back and through, what we'll start to do then is build it into some putts. And you might not hole every putt, you know, from 10 foot and in. I think 10 foot itself is, I think, about 40% of putts are held on PGA Tour. But what I want to see is that I'm just letting this putter flow. So I take my setup, make sure I've got all my good basics in place, and then just think about letting the putter flow up and down with the stroke. Luckily I hold that one. It was up and down, just this rocking of the shoulders. I've not got loads of movement in my body. It's nice and smooth. I almost freeze my hands out here, and I just let my shoulders take over. My legs are very stable. I'm not rotating too much. I'm not seeing the cane turn back and forth from this face on camera. It's simply up and down. So again, once I've had a few practice strokes of up and down, I then build again my good setup, feel it's all comfortable there, and again just feel up and down. Oh, just caught it, needed a bit more pace, but it was a pretty good putt. It was a solid strike. It had every chance of going in. One more roll and it was in. And again, it was just for me that I felt like the putter flowed. I didn't feel this jerky, stabby, sort of steery, nervous motion. I'm just thinking solely now about my tempo and rolling this cane. Literally a Ferrari just bursting by there. Cheers, mate. Literally just thinking about this cane rocking up and down, up and down, up and down. So last one. Build my setup. I feel confident now. Tempo, rock the cane. Oh, actually hit it through the brake that time, but that was a really solid strike. So what I've got there is something, instead of focusing so much on holing the putt, getting bogged down in, oh, I should be holing this, I've just trained myself now to think about my tempo up and down, and moving the putter in a nice flowing motion, just by thinking of this cane being here and up, down, instead of round and around, stabby, jerky. It's just flowing, and I've hit 3 putts that there I was really happy with. Struck them well. They started off all on line. One a little bit too slow, one a little bit too firm, one just right. Goldilocks it. But it all came from this flowing motion. So if you've not got a cane, one of your irons will do. Put it just onto your chest, let your arms sit halfway down, and just start to feel, even if you were at home, you wouldn't even need your putter. You can literally club under your arms, hands together, and see that you're rocking back, forth, not turning too much, got all this nervousy, stabby motion. We're just letting the putter start to flow from this direction. So give that tip a go, guys. Leave a like if you think it's going to help you hole some more putts. Also comment down below, is there any more putting techniques or tip videos that you'd like to see from me? Remember to follow me on my social media platforms for more stuff that can help you with your game. Subscribe to the channel, and if you do want to come and see me down at Trafford Golf Centre, all the information is linked below. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you soon with another video to help your game.